Hey fighter, today I want to share with you the most inspiring story about how Velcro got started and invented. Stick around for this, it's going to inspire you. I want to read this story to you. One day in 1948, a machine shop manager and inventor named George Demestral went on a hike with his dog near his home in the Swiss Alps. They came back covered with burrs. At first annoyed, while plucking them off, he became intrigued. He wondered what made them stick to his cloth so well. I don't know if any of you had those burrs stuck to you or they get stuck into your fingers. He placed the burr under a microscope and he saw small hooks that burrowed into the little loops within the clothing fabric. The idea of a hook and loop fastener was born. How many ideas do you get on a daily? However, commercial production of hook and loop tape turned out to be not an easy task. He set out for Lyon, France, sorry if I pronounced that right, to present the concept to a textile expert. They laughed at him. Anyone ever laughed at your ideas? But one weaver took interest in Demestral's idea. The two began working together and succeeded in producing a workable prototype. Demestral then found a Swiss loom manufacturer who agreed to manufacture their product, but it proved to be too difficult, prompting the manufacturer to give up. How many times have you wanted to give up? Demestral was forced to take on the task alone. For months, he carried out various experiments. Months went by, still no solution was found. He had lost all of his backers' support. He went broke. Desperate, Demestral retreated to a mountain cabin to think the problem over. Upon his return, he recontacted his friend the weaver to discuss a new approach. The two built a special loom that worked. An investor agreed to finance the venture. Demestral named the new fastener Velcro. Vel for velvet and crow for crochet. Isn't that rad? He patented it in 1955 and by 1959 was selling more than 60 million yards of the material per year. Last year, the company had a total annual sales of over 250 million and it employed 3,300 people. George Demestral's 8 years of perseverance paid off handsomely. Now, isn't that inspiring? How you get an idea, but then he acted upon it. How many ideas have I had? How many ideas have you had where you wanted to do something or you were curious about something? See, it says at the top here, he was intrigued. He became curious. He was fascinated. So we dug a little deeper and he got that genius idea. But we all know, and I've said this so many times to my fighters here, an inspiration without action is just entertainment. Inspiration without action is just entertainment. You got to act on your ideas. But what I also think is cool is he didn't just do it alone. He got a team, okay? And he used his time. It took months, okay? First, he didn't do it on his own. He hired someone. He went and found the experts. I need someone to partner with here to help me do this. But then he invested months, years. How many times have you tried something, first of all, alone and you fell on your face? And we sometimes try to do things alone and think that we can get ahead. But look, we weren't designed to be alone. Okay, God created male and female because the male was alone. Like, we need each other. We're not supposed to be raging on our own. We need each other to accomplish our goals. The next thing that we got to realize, though, when we're trying to accomplish our goals is it takes time. Nothing is an overnight success. And by the way, I'm reading the book, The 1 Minute Millionaire. Okay, I'll put a link below this so you can get a copy of it because it's really inspiring, right? But it takes time to develop ideas. How many times do we quit after 3 weeks or 3 months? Let alone years of pushing through until, and look at the payoff. George Demestral's 8 years of perseverance paid off handsomely. How long have you been working on something? 8 days and we don't see results and we're like, it doesn't work. Oh, it was a bad idea. Sometimes you got to push through that messy middle until you have your breakthrough. And I'm telling you, friend, your breakthrough is just around the corner. The other thing I found very interesting in this story is money. He had the idea, but he ended up going broke investing his time. But sometimes if you have a big enough idea, you can get an investor to invest in your idea and take it to the next level. You just got to make sure that you're showing the blue sky, you're showing the potential, showing the possibility, and that you can sell the idea to someone that invests in it and then blows it up. You see, you don't have to do this on your own. You just need an idea. And look, in his idea, he stole it from God. God, the creator of, the birds and whatnot. Isn't that amazing? That he took something that was already existing and then he brought it into real life. He manifested, no pun intended, but he created something out of nothing, out of an idea. What ideas do you have? You know, where you had something and then a couple months later you walk through a store and you see it in the store, you're like, man, I had that idea too. Well, this time I want you to act on your idea. Move your idea forward. I want to remind you that a fighter isn't someone who never fails. A fighter is someone who never quits.